on to all my Sagittarians? So, welcome to your reading. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. Please make sure to get the book at Amazon or BarnesandNoble.com. The links will be in the description box below as usual. If you'd like to contact me for personal reading, my email address as well as prices in the description box below. You can also, if you'd like to get, I have a plethora of different things. If you'd like to get one of my courses, I would really suggest that. If not readings, the courses. A lot of people are messed up. These are love type. These are love general tarot readings. A lot of people are messed up in the context of love, messed up in the context of money. In the courses that I have, I talk about love and money and how people can establish their families again. If that's not something that you're interested in and you want to live a life of craziness and debauchery, these types of videos is not for you. All three of them are $100 each. It'll be the best $300 that you ever spent. And it's well worth it. It's not going to take too much of your time. It's only going to take about 50 minutes. Trust me, you need it. Not because I'm trying to push. It'll take about an hour of your time, 40 minutes, an hour of your time, somewhere around there. But trust me when I say this, you need it. Not because I'm trying to necessarily push a narrative to get people to pay for something. But also because, like I said, I talk about money, how people should date, the healthiest form of dating, as well as how it is that since money seems to be such a problem for a lot of people, how it is that people can start reestablishing their financial systems in relationships to where both sides would have money through the understanding of money. Like I said, if this isn't something for you, you just want to date people for money, I respect it. It is what it is, but it's dysfunctional. Okay, so let's get into it. So you have the Two of Pentacles, the Temperance, the Chariot. You have the Queen of Wands, Ace of Wands, the Devil, Six of Wands, the Sun, the Hangman, the Two of Pentacles, the Judgment, Two of Cups, Nine of Swords, Four of Swords, King of Swords. A lot of sword cards. Okay. So for the Sagittarius, the Temperance represents Sagittarius anyway. You can't seem to get things done. You don't want to be with a person anymore. Right off the rip. The Two of Pentacles, you thinking if you should stop dating this person, what you have in the past. You're seeing a lot of Two of Pentacles. You're seeing a lot of red flags that you really didn't want to see. The Temperance, you tried to transform the relationship. The Chariot, and you tried to keep this person around as a monogamous relationship because you're trying to do right by them. Queen of Wands, you really like them. Ace of Wands, Devil card, didn't work. The two of you may have too many differences, irreconcilable differences, and as a result of this, the Six of Wands happens. You realize that you had to dump this person because this person was essentially no good for the benefit of the two of you, right? No good for the benefit of the relationship. This person was being very disrespectful to you in different ways, as well as keeping a lot of secrets. So the Sun card represents how it is that you realize that you can find company with someone else. And you don't have to continue to waste your time interacting with this person who essentially is a blight. You know, what do I mean when I say a blight? If you look up the definition of blight, B-L-I-G-H-T, it means an individual who is essentially blocking your blessings. When they're there, they are a jinx. They are a person that is constantly, as soon as they show up, You realize that they are an energy vampire. All the stuff that was meant for you, that was there in the ethereal aspect, that should have manifested itself, that should have came through. Every time this person comes around, it's always some crazy negative stuff going down. The Hangman and the Two of Swords represents how this person is feeling it. This person is a little bit delusional, right? The Hangman, this person is a little bit confused, delusional as to what happened. The Two of Swords, this person may even be trying to insult you and say all this other type of stuff, going in, talking crazy about you, all out their face, insulting you, but at the same time still wanting to be in a relationship with you. Yeah. Sloppy people usually do stuff like that, right? They think insulting you is going to convince you to raise your hand to volunteer to get back with them. Idiots. Anyway, the judgment and the Two of Cups, right, represents how the Judgment, Two of Cups, and the Nine of Swords, you're very judgmental. You're using your critical skills. You're not going to want to get back together with this person, you know. I mean, take a look at how this person is coming at you right now. This person is insulting you. This person is just going in. And I know people like that very much. You know, I actually dealt with a couple of people like that a few days now, right? Or recently, I should say, right? Where you're telling them, hey, why don't you go ahead and just tell your friends about me, you know? I'm trying to become more popular. Word of mouth goes a long way. When people talk about the things that matter to them, it makes people who are on the grind blow up. It makes them popular. So why don't you do that? And you having people getting mad at that because they're taking it personally. How? I don't know. The delusion is real. You getting all offended because you think I'm trying to freak with your friends and get with your friends. When I'm telling you why it is that I'm doing something, you just too idiotic to understand it. And then deleting people on Instagram. Like I said before, this is the reason why it is I don't take fake people seriously at all. Okay? And neither should you Sagittarians take fake people too seriously. They're quite clumsy. They're quite dumb. They're not really the brightest bulb on the tree, nor are they the sharpest knife in a drawer. If a person was really, if the lights were on and there were people in the home, you, so to speak, you would understand, right, that you shouldn't be getting upset over somebody asking you to inform your friends of someone that's trying to get their clout up. Why? So that they can use the attention to monetize. I'm trying to buy my mama a house. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like, but why are you getting so bent out of shape about this? This ain't, because your mind is stuck in a gutter because you thinking about bedroom fun all the time, even when someone is telling you that they're not running game to necessarily get you into the bed. They don't care. And that's the kind of mentality that you have. And see, the reason why it is that I put myself in these readings is not to necessarily be narcissistic. Because that's another thing, too, that people will say, oh, you're putting yourselves in these readings to be narcissistic. No, you idiot. I'm talking about the ones who say that stuff. The reason why it is that I put myself in these readings is so that I can get people to understand that I am able to relate. And that I'm not going to be sitting up here making it seem as if I'm perfect. I've been in many of these crazy situations myself, and I'm telling you what I've done and the lessons that I have learned. Listen closely, so that you can potentially learn something from my experience that I'm sharing with you. Okay? So the things that the Four of Swords and the King of Wands, the Four of Swords and the King of Swords represents how you're going to have this person who's going to try to make the craziness that they're doing in the relationship make sense. And this is why it is that I was just talking about that. You Sagittarians should not be listening to these people. These people are obviously very clumsy and idiotic, and you really shouldn't be paying attention, nor should you really ever take seriously what that person is saying, because how come they couldn't be this astute and quote unquote intelligent and well put together when they were doing the crazy making and they were acting like you know who? So let's clarify the devil card, okay? Right? Let's see what the Sagittarians have got. So you have the Six of Bats, you have the Five of Bats, you have the Empress. So what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing how a lot of you, something in my eye, I'm seeing how it is a lot of you are Sagittarius. To clarify the devil card, Six of Swords, Five of Swords, the Empress. Yeah, if you were to get back with this person, right, this person was just going to go ahead and try to dump you again because they want to, quote unquote, have the power of getting you to get comfortable until they're ready to dump you, and then they spring it on you and go, ha, right, so that they can have the, quote unquote, upper hand. Whatever the upper hand, whatever the concept of the upper hand looks like, right? I don't know. They're idiots. Whatever the upper hand looks like, whatever. So the things that the Six of Swords is, just keep it pushing, sail right past them. When you see holes in their boat start coming up, right, and the holes making their boat sink, let their boat sink and you sail right on by. The Empress represents how you also have to remember that you are in control of who it is that you want to hang out with. And when these people start acting as if they don't have any kind of common sense, it's time, my horsies, to gallop on out of there, on out of the range, because these people don't know how to handle you stallions and mares. So let's clarify the King of Swords. No, matter of fact, let's clarify the Hangman, right? Just to bring more clarification. So you have the Eight of Swords, Temperance, and you have the Queen of Cups to clarify the Hangman. So yeah, so these are the people who need to figure out the Temperance. These are the people who need to figure out what's going on for themselves, right? What do they really want and who they are? Because the Eight of Bats, they don't know who they are. They don't know who they want. They don't know what they want. They don't know what's going on. The Queen of Cups, once they figure it out, they're going to have a lot more self-love. But that's if and when they figure it out, right? They may never figure it out because they may get too caught up in the comfort of deluding themselves, which is what the ego provides. And then last but not least, let's clarify the Two of Swords, right? So you have the Tower, Five of Pentacles, High Priestess, to clarify the Two of Swords. You have a haunted house. You know what I'm saying? You have a lot of problems that this person has that they have not been dealing with directly. They are not going through their subconscious and dealing with their trauma that they've experienced from childhood up until now, and that's what's messing them up and making them so guarded. The Five of Pentacles, so it's time for you to leave because it's no one's obligation to have to put up with that and be okay with that, right? If you put up with that, then that means that there's something wrong with you as well. So for you Sagittarians, the High Priestess represents how, but you're going to have this person who's going to try to get you to think that it is. No, don't let these people get you to think that it is. It's your obligation. It's most definitely not, okay, at all. So, I mean, again, I can relate to this kind of situation because, you know, me being wet behind the ears, I didn't know why it is that the people who I was trying to date at the time, right, were acting like this, you know. And it's only until 2017 is when I started to realize, through research, of course, why it is that they act like this. They're acting like this because of the tower, because of the trauma that they've experienced. But if you're young and you're new in the game and you don't know what's going on, you're gonna get misconstrued into thinking, well, you're confused. You don't understand why. And all the crazy making essentially comes from how dysfunctional they are, right? That's why it is that they have to do all this crazy making. So just keep that in mind, you know. Let's clarify another card. Why not? Let's clarify the Judgment, right? You have the Eight of Wands. Wow, the Moon, the Two of Cups. Yeah, the Eight of Wands. This person needs to learn how to figure their own self out. The Moon represents their own emotional turmoil that they've got, but the Moon also represents the emotional understanding that a lot of you Sagittarians are starting to have. And by figuring out your boundaries, and you're starting to realize you don't need to be with someone who is off their rocker in that way. And then you have the Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups represents how what it is that you want is a functional relationship where two people can stand to be around each other and they get along. They don't necessarily always have to agree on everything, because that's fake too if they agree on every single thing. But there is a general skeletal frame of what it is that they agree on, and their agreeances are commonalities or the things that they have in common. See, a lot of the times, people don't seem to understand that you can get yourself into a functional relationship with someone, not saying you will, can get yourself into a functional relationship with someone if you and the person have certain things in common. That's how, wink, wink, hint, hint. That's one of the indications that you know that you can end up, or you could date this person, and the two of y'all, if the two of y'all are self-educated enough, the two of y'all can actually have a wonderful relationship. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Peace.